year and a lot of us have parties to go to or are hosting parties, and what better way to express yourself and to feel pretty than to do a really awesome makeup look. However, I don't have time to do the glitters and the fake lashes and all of that stuff. And I am a fan of the bold lip when it's fall and winter seasons. Like, let's just be honest. If there's something bold on my lips, I'm all about that life. So it's very important for me to come up with a look that's gonna be easy, low maintenance, that's gonna fade gracefully throughout the day, but will also last the entire day and will allow me to do whatever the heck I want with my lips. So what I did is I did a full face tutorial using all COL-LAB products. Don't forget that COL-LAB is available at your local beauty stores. But don't worry, because if you don't have a Sally Beauty close by, you can always go to the Sally Beauty website and get your hefty dose of COL-LAB makeup delivered to your door. All of the products that I use will be listed and linked in the description box below. But if you want to see how I got this super simple look, then just keep watching. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I am a low maintenance beauty product lover. For some reason, I just prefer the easier stuff. I don't like to complicate my life when it comes to beauty products. However, there are 7 other influencers that are also doing tutorials for you guys, so I will leave their channels linked in the description box below. They are also using all COL-LAB products, and we all have very different tastes in makeup styles. You guys, I'm like the vanilla ice cream, let's be honest. So let's go ahead and get started with this low maintenance holiday tutorial. Obviously this video is going to be a lot longer than it needs to be because I'm going to be talking through. I don't like to do voiceovers. So if you're like, Dani, well, this is low maintenance and supposed to be easy, and why is this video 42 minutes long? Well, that's because your narrator has a problem keeping things short and sweet. We just don't do anything short here. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not even short. A lot of you think I'm petite, but I'm actually very tall. So I'm gonna pin my hair back first, and then I'm gonna go in with a smoothing primer. I'm actually trying to find my hydrating primer. COL-LAB has 4 different primers in the line, and I'm looking for the hydrating primer because it finally decided to be winter in Dallas, and I don't know if you guys can see my face, it's kind of flushed because the heater just is running all day. So my face is kind of hating my life right now. I'm gonna go in with the Fundamental Smoothing Primer. This is a primer very reminiscent of those silicone feeling primers and make your skin look smooth all over. Now when it comes down to the holidays, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like most people tend to gravitate towards the long wearing matte full coverage foundations. But because the days tend to be so much longer or you have so much stuff to do, I prefer something that's a little bit more low maintenance. You know, something that will wear throughout the day and not cause a big difference. So when I go in with a very full coverage foundation, as the day wears on, it's a lot more and more obvious that I'm wearing foundation. So I prefer to go in with a lighter coverage product. That way, at the end of the day, it's still gonna look like I'm barely wearing anything. Because at that point, I probably won't be wearing anything. So before I go in with my foundation, I'm gonna go in with the Under Eye Concealer in the shade Peach. They also have a light peach. I don't know, I just kind of grab whichever one I have available. The peach one is a little dark for me because you guys know I am light complected, but these panda eyes today are completely unforgiving. So we're just gonna give them a little concealer action here. One of my favorite things about the COL-LAB line is that they have so many different types of concealers. I know it seems like overkill, but at the end of the day, everyone looks for concealers for different reasons, right? Like you want your corrector for the dark circles, you want your fluid for brightening, you know, your T-zone. You also want the stick concealer for blemishes or areas of the face where you kind of want that extra coverage. I actually use the stick concealer, and it's called the cream concealer. I just call it the stick concealer because it's kind of a stick and it just makes sense to me. Don't tell me how to live my life, you guys. So the stick concealer, the cream concealer, I like because it's a product that I reach for when I don't want to wear foundation. You know, if I'm just gonna make a run for it and I want to cover stuff up, I will just go in and kind of dot it on certain places of my face, like around my nose, where I have some extra redness, or if I have a blemish, you know, stuff like that. It's just so much more convenient to go in with just a little bump of concealer, and it just does a really good job. In case you guys are wondering, I'm in the shade 3-4 or Sand Beige. Now I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow primer, and you wanna take like the littlest bit for both eyes. A little goes a long way. This is one of those products that is gonna last you forever, even if you use it every day. And you guys are probably asking like, what is going on with the back of your hand? Okay, so I like to come up with like a happy medium when it comes down to face products, especially when it comes down to foundation. Because if it were up to me, I would just spot conceal and put powder all over my face, and then that would be it. The older I get, the less face products that I want to use. But COL-LAB has actually really great foundations. I feel like if they're known for anything, it's going to be their foundations. Especially the Meet Your Matte foundation. This is a matte, long-wearing foundation. It will totally change your life, especially if you guys have oily skin or you like those really full, ultimate coverage. The best part is that it has a velvet finish, so it's not going to give you that really dry, powdery look. You guys know I'm not a fan of super ultimate full coverage foundations. I prefer light to medium coverage. I do appreciate the formulation of full coverage foundations. So what I like to do is I'll take a little bit of a full coverage foundation and I'll mix in either a BB cream, a CC cream, or some sort of sheer or dewy finish foundation product. So I mix in the Oh So Fresh Skin Tint in like a darker shade. So I just come up with my own mix and I feel like it stays on my face a very long time. It gives me the ultimate. Do you see this? Do you see how like amazing full coverage it is? But it's still kind of like a happy medium. It's not going to be so full coverage. A little bit goes a long way. It's one of those products that has so much pigment that you could mix in an illuminator, you could mix in a sunscreen, your favorite moisturizer, and you still would not be able to turn this into like a lightweight product. It's full saturated with pigment. So for those of you that really like the full coverage, you know, or have acne scarring or really oily skin, or just, you know, want to cover stuff up, cochina, then it's a great formula. Now we're going to go in with the fluid concealer. You guys know how I feel about using a shade too light. I really need to stop. This is a bad habit. I need a break, but I can't help it. So I'm going to go in with the fluid concealer, just a couple of drops, dots. You know what I'm saying. Now I'm going to go in with the Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. It's called Shape and Shade, and I use the color Taupe. What? You guys know I'm all about that thug life, and I use very light brow pencils. For some reason, I just like the way they look better. It's probably, you know what I think it is, you guys? Just between us. I think because I have such a heavy hand when it comes to makeup, that if I went in with like a brunette, like more of a brown pencil that matches my hair color, I would look like Groucho. It would be too much and it would be a problem. So if I go in with a lighter pencil, I could totally go ham sandwich and no one needs to know. Okay, now we're going to go in with two different trios. The first one that we're going to use is called Meet Up, and we're going to take the lightest shade in the palette, and that's going to go right underneath the brow bone. This is actually a shimmery eyeshadow, but I mean, this is a holiday tutorial, right? But it's also not too intense. You know, there's no glitter in there. It's not going to make you look like a disco ball. It's just going to bring the right amount of light right underneath your brows. It'll make them look a little bit bolder, a little bit more defined, and it's also going to brighten up the area. Give you more of a youthful glow. In that same palette, I'm going to take this like toffee shade here and just a regular flat shader brush, and I'm going to apply this color on the lid. It's not supposed to be, you know, very significant. Like, you're not supposed to notice it a lot. I just want to use it so that my transition shade kind of like flows. You know what I mean? So it'll be a little bit deeper than the actual transition because of the brush that we're using. So apply this color to the lid. Then take a fluffy brush and that same shade on the edge. And that's going to be our transition shade. So it's going to be the same color, but it'll look a little bit lighter just because of the difference in the brush that we're using. And what we're going to do is we're just going to deepen the crease a little bit with like a really dark gray and then apply a wing liner. So again, I told you guys it was going to be a super simple look, but it's also going to be very conducive to a bold lip. So the eye look is very neutral, so you can go ham sandwich with your blush highlighter, and or bold lip. Now going in with the palette Tell Me, we're going to go in with this shade right here and just a blending brush. Tap the littlest bit, and that's going to go right on the outer V, a little bit towards the edge of the lid. You see kind of where I'm focusing the product? So all we're doing is kind of like a fake out smoky eye. So it's not too intense because we're going to already do a wing liner. And then do the same thing on the other side. What I do is I put it directly onto the edge, but in the middle of the crease. And then I bump it a little bit, bring it around like the curve of my crease, and then down to the edge of my lid. Do you guys see what I'm doing with my finger for some reason? I was like, what's happening here? What is this? Okay, now a product you wouldn't expect. I'm gonna go in with the Ink Addict liner pen in Passion. Passion is like a slate color. It's not the typical black you would expect, but my mentality is it's a dark gray. It's gonna match the eye look. It's gonna look like I have a wing, but my mascara is still gonna stand out. You guys know I'm not a fan of false lashes, but I still want my lashes to stand out. If I go in with the charcoal or slate colored wing liner, it's still gonna give me the bold wing, but it also won't take away from the dark or blackness of my lashes. Blackness. I think I just came up with that word. So this is where I get super nervous, mess up my wing, and then have to refilm this like 14 times. I must admit, I'm kind of proud of myself right now. This only took like 30 seconds. Now I'm being braggy. So there's the wing. Do you see what I mean? So it's not competing with the eyeshadow. It's not competing with anything else that's going on my face. It's still making the wing statement, but it's not black. Now, the mission impossible is gonna be making the other eye match. You guys send me your vibes. I know this video is in the past and you're in the future, but just send them to me. Just, you know. Help a sister out. In an effort to make my wings match, now they're very long, but that's okay. No one ever had an issue with long things. Now we're gonna go in with the Bold Face Liner in Drama Queen. This is the thing that you guys tweet me, direct message me, Instagram me the most about. You're like, Dani, you weren't kidding about that eyeliner. I'm like, no, you guys, I don't mess around when it comes to eyeliner. This is a lot of eye. So if I get eyeliner that runs or eyeliner that messes up my makeup, it's very obvious. So the eyeliner in Drama Queen, it's just the regular black. It's the most intense black liner ever. It's creamy and doesn't tug, but once it locks onto your eyes, sorry you guys, it's never coming off. Like it's a permanent part of your face. I'm gonna put this in the tight line and the waterline, and then I'm just kind of gonna smoke it out a little bit on the lower lash line. So I went ahead and put it in the waterline. Then I'm going to take the same brush that I used on my eyelid and just kind of run it over, dragging that pencil out just a little bit. Same thing for the other side. So you're just kind of arbitrarily applying it to the waterline, and you see how a little bit of it comes out? Not a problem. It's part of the look. Take that toffee shade, kind of smudge it out a little bit. So I took a little bit of that like slate, it's like a really dark bluish gray. I took a little bit of that and I ran it on the lower lash line. Okay, now it's mascara time, and I'm gonna go in with High Rise, obviously. You guys, the best mascara ever. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is one of the most amazing mascaras ever. It's supposed to be just a lengthening mascara, but I feel like it does both. It does such a good job at lengthening and separating. And if you go in with several coats, it builds up. So volume. But you guys know I'm a fan of like mixing products, so I wouldn't be opposed to stacking or layering mascaras. There are several options in the COL-LAB line of different types of mascaras. You have volumizing and curling, but once I find something that I like, I just stick with it. I'm so predictable when it comes to makeup products. Once I find something that I like, I just stick with it, and I'm super loyal to it with you know, eyebrow products, foundation products. I just find something that I like and I stick with it. Kind of like with dating. You know, I swipe on someone I like and that's it. I just focus on that swipe. Okay, so eyes are done. Very simple but dramatic, right? So I feel like it's cool to find a look like this that you can do all the time, especially if you're a fan of the bold lip. Now we're gonna do the face, and we're gonna start off with bronzer. We're using the Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer in Intoxicating. If you guys are light to medium complexion like I am, I feel like this is the perfect shade for us. And I'm just gonna go in lightly into the hollows of my cheekbones. Nothing too crazy, because I still don't know if I want to do crazy blush or crazy lips or both, because there's this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blush that I want to share with you guys that I think everyone needs, especially those of you that are fair complected. I feel like it would look amazing on your complexion. Are you guys ready for this? This is the Soft Spot Sheer Blush in Meet Cute. Look at this. Oh God, look at that manicure, you guys. That is horrendous. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't it have like holiday festivities written all over it? So we're just gonna take a fluffy blush brush. You guys, pray for my soul. Oh man, I'm gonna do a little here, a little there, evenly disperse this product. I get so excited with blush, but with bold blushes, you guys, somebody stop me. It's the most beautiful cranberry blush. It has this like really amazing satiny shimmery finish without any glitter. But you really, really want to have a light hand. So I am gonna apply this blush and then wash my face and continue with the tutorial. Oh, I can't stop, you guys. I can't stop. Someone take the blush brush away from me. Oh my God. So confessions of a blushaholic and some tips on how to make it through this world with this addiction to blush. If you are like me and you tend to over blush, make sure you have your powder brush handy, because there's always remnants of whatever face powder you used. And so you just go in and you gently just buff away some of that color, because as long as you know in your heart that you put on as much blush as you felt like it, no one else needs to know. Let's just, let's call it what it is. If you want to apply a lot of blush, you do that. But just go in and hide your secret. No one needs to know. I'm giving you tips on how to conceal your blush addiction. Worst joke ever. Okay, now we're gonna go in with highlighter. And for highlighter, we're gonna go in with the Filter Highlighting Powder in Uncensored. Clearly, that's what my channel is all about. Just throwing it all out there. I'm gonna take a little bit, and obviously the most important place to apply highlighter every day, especially on the holidays, is the tip of your nose, because it's the one time of the year where it's okay to look like you're related to Rudolph. Someone left me a comment in a video that said, you know, you're gonna look back in 10 years, Dani, and regret, you know, having done that with your face. Like, oh my God, what the heck was I thinking? I was like, I look back at all my pictures and think, what the heck was I thinking? Isn't that the whole point of trends? Like when the Tommy Hilfiger overalls were in style, or crimped hair, or I don't know. I mean, that's the point, right? Stuff goes and comes back, and maybe we'll look back in 20 years and start doing this again. And I'm gonna be in my 50s with a really shiny nose and be like, I remember when I was in my early 30s doing the Rudolph nose. And I don't know why that's my accent when I'm 50. And if this entire tutorial wasn't fun enough, this is the fun portion of the video. where you get to do whatever your heart desires when it comes down to lips. What I did is I just took whatever foundation was left over on my sponge. So you create a blank canvas, so whatever color you're using will actually show up true to tone, and it makes your lip color last longer. Not that it's ever been an issue with the liners of COL-LAB. So we're gonna go in with the Line and Define in Sorry Not Sorry. So I'm gonna line my entire mouth with Sorry Not Sorry, and it's the most beautiful deep burgundy, almost like a berry toned red. And I actually like to use the COL-LAB lip liners as an all over lip product, like with nothing else. They last all day, they're really beautiful. Isn't that such a lovely color? But you guys know I love to be extra. And because I like to be extra, I'm actually gonna go in with Dime. This is the full body lipstick, and they come in 2 different formulas, matte and satin. They're both really awesome, long wearing and very comfortable. And even though it's a tiny bit darker than the lip liner, they go really well together, and it just kind of creates a smooth, even deposit of color. So that completes the look. What do you guys think? I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. All of the products that I use will be listed and linked in the description box below. And let me tell you, if you so happen to walk into a Sally Beauty store, you might see this little face on a display. But if you're an online shopper like I am, you can just head over to the Sally Beauty website and check it out for yourself and have it delivered straight to your door, especially in this freezing cold winter, right? If you've taken inspiration from this holiday look, make sure you tag me, COL-LAB, all of the other influencers that are a part of COL-LAB, and share your looks with us. If you're looking for additional inspiration, make sure you check out the 7 other members of COL-LAB because they have really awesome tutorials up on their channels already. I love you guys so much, and you know what to do. If you found this video useful, entertaining, and learned something, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!